Mum and Dad. We're Mum and Dad. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god, you crack me up. Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we're going to be doing a Q&A about how I got pregnant and answer all your questions because a lot of you guys have been asking if it was...
But before we start, make sure you subscribe to our channel. So we're going to be starting to do videos weekly and as much as we can, so
yeah,
like that button.
We're watching you. So for the first question, how long have you wanted a baby? Have you always been broody? I know what that word means. Do you know what
broody?
Broody. Do you know what broody means?
No.
To all the, I think it's like a UK term, to all the UK people out there, I actually know what it means because on the news today they said Princess Kate was broody or Brody, whatever it's called. It means you're clucky.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's been clucky for a long time. Well,
no.
Broody.
Have I? No.
Are you going to pretend like you're not?
I don't think I was.
Fake. Man, like from the day we got married, she's wanted a baby and like tried to like force herself onto me.
No.
It was a real thing.
Okay, so
for ages.
I guess we've always wanted children, but we didn't think we were going to have one so soon. That's the truth. We didn't think that we were going to have one like now. We got married how many months ago?
Well, well.
Okay, wait.
I beg to differ. I think I've been plotting this for a while, so we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay. The second question is this one's from the same girl actually. Did you try for a long time to get pregnant? Love you. We love you too, Rosie MacArthur. And no, we didn't try for a long time. What happened was
yeah, go on, see if you can tell the truth.
I can tell the truth.
Yeah.
So what
oh, you're embarrassed, are you, of the truth?
No. So what happened, I'm just trying to think of how I'm going to say it.
I'll say it.
No, I'm going to say it.
Listen.
No, because wait, let me say because the way you say it's too much. So
listen.
I'm gonna say it.
The witch lady over here, the witch doctor said, Nick, it's a full moon tonight. You know what that means? Let's do it. She's like taking all her shit off, and then I was like, what's happening? And then she goes, the full moon, we're having a baby. We're having a baby. Like, are you sure about this? And then she was like, you know, getting down dirty, whatever. And then I was like, you know what?
PG.
You know what? Screw it. And then one time, pregnant. And you know what? As soon as we did the deed, she was like, yes, pregnant. Done, high five. Wasn't even a question in her mind. She's like, we are officially pregnant. The next day she did about, not the next day, probably the week later.
Yeah, when my period
she did about literally 10 pregnancy tests.
Even a digital one.
Even a digital one. And she's like, we did, yeah, and that's what happened.
Okay.
One time.
That is actually what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question from Lulu, which is kind of like, I guess in the same lines as the other one. Were you trying and what stage of your cycle did you get pregnant at? Question mark. I shouldn't say question mark, eh? So what stage was that? I think it was maybe like a week after my actual ovulation time that I got pregnant, but I had just gotten off the pill. So my last period was the 2nd of November because my date's actually a little off, and we did it because I actually remember the day we did it.
What day was it?
We did it on Saturday the 24th.
What day was the full moon?
To the Saturday the 24th is when we conceived Georgie.
The witch lady.
So I think it was probably like a week after, like it was calculated I was ovulating, but because my pill was, you know, like wrong because I'd gone off the pill because my cycle was wrong. I think it actually was the correct time, if that makes sense, but I didn't know it was.
No one knows what the due date is because the pill seriously screwed up the cycle. So no one, we've had 4 different due dates now.
4 due dates.
And we don't, it's just going to be a surprise. So we all like took bets. We don't know.
We don't know.
It's sometime in August.
Sometime in August, Georgie is going to grace us with his presence on Earth's side. Okay. Are you okay? Does that make you bless you?
Oh. I think I'm allergic to your bullshit.
Okay, next question. What were some of the first very noticeable symptoms of pregnancy for you? Yes, my boobs grew.
She's blessed. She was quite blessed.
That was one of the first signs that happened really quick. Feeling sick. I got sick quite quickly, like feeling nauseous. I was hungry.
You were hungry.
I'm always hungry, but like hungry. I was happier. I wasn't as moody. The only time I ever got moody was when I was hungry. So I was happier and my skin went crazy, didn't it? Remember I went to the doctors and like, is there a chance you'll be pregnant? And I'm like, no. And I was actually
do you want to know the story of the breakout? So, it's a little bit off topic why she broke out first. I think if you didn't do this, you would have had better skin through the pregnancy. So if anyone knows that little hemp oil thing, it's like a yellow thing, whatever, and you're meant to put it on your skin and it helps with, I don't know, nothing.
No, it does help.
And then
I just used it wrong.
She started putting it on her face 4 times a day. Oil, like literal, like just
hemp oil. And you're only supposed to put like 1 to 2 drops a day. I put like 1 to 2 drops an area. Pouring
oil into her pores 4 times a day. And she's going, I have to go to the doctor. What's happening to my face? I'm breaking out. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. So I went to the doctor and then we started talking to the doctor and he's like, what are you doing for your face? And she's like, well, I'm putting oil on my face 4 times a day. And I just...
But he did ask, is there a chance of being pregnant? And being pregnant, obviously...
But you weren't
I was pregnant at that time. Yeah, that was...
It was too early though. And he was like, oil on your face 4 times a day. Like, maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's the issue. And I just looked at her and said, great. I just spent $100 on doctor appointment for stupidity.
But I was pregnant and he did ask that, and I think that's why my skin reacted, because usually I'd always put that much on and my skin would actually go amazing after it. So I think that was also a sign. What other signs did I have for pregnancy? I googled them all and I was like, I have all of these. What else did I have? Breakout. Oh, alcohol. Like every time I went to go drink it, I just felt this full feeling like it wasn't absorbing. Like
that's when you didn't know you were pregnant.
Yeah. I didn't know I was pregnant, but that was like
officially anyway.
That was,
so it was like the first week.
That was like the first week because Nick thought I was bullshitting when I'm like, that's it, I'm pregnant after that one time. He's like, no, you're not. It doesn't happen that fast. Turns out it does. So when they tell you in school, don't have sex, don't, because you will get pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. So the next question is, how did you both decide that now was the right time to have a baby? Well, I guess full moon, duh.
Yeah, it's based off a little witchcraft with the moon.
Oh.
And that's it. No, seriously, I wouldn't have...
We didn't know what was going to happen.
I wouldn't have released my seed if I didn't think we were ready. And if the people who don't know Zaf will know her personally, she is probably the most ready mother. She's gonna be a great mum.
That's really nice.
Like all jokes aside, like you are so ready to be a mum, and it's awesome.
That's
honestly
nice.
It's really awesome.
Thanks. Well, that's the nice thing he said.
No, it's not.
Okay, next question. Shelby, how did you find out you were pregnant? Just like the symptoms, and then because my period was late. Actually, that's the #1 symptom. It was like a week late, and that's when I did the test.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I found out I was pregnant. I did about 10 because the first one was really faint because I did it so early. But yeah,
it was very faint.
I actually didn't know how to read a pregnancy test, to be honest. I had to send it to one of my friends, Saffron. I'm like, does this mean I'm pregnant? And we couldn't figure it out. The line was so faint. But turns out I was. So the next question is, did you go off the pill to try and fall pregnant, and was the pregnancy planned? So originally I went off the pill because I had endometriosis and I had an operation for it in January 2017, so early last year. I had it like quite severely, like it was over everything, but it didn't damage anything. So it was like it was pretty gross. It was like in my bladder, my bowels, rectum, vagina. I hate saying that word.
Ew.
It was on the right ovary and a few other places, you know, in and around there. But it didn't ruin anything. And then they said, oh, we'll put a marine in you. And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do that because I feel like it's a foreign thing. So then I read this book called The Period Repair Manual, which I highly recommend. I'll actually put it in the description below. And it spoke about how you could fix endometriosis and just your whole cycle naturally. Like, you don't need to like have the pill or marinas or all these other things that just kind of like interfere with your body. Because one thing that I didn't know was that when you're on the pill, you actually don't have a real period. So your ovaries are dormant. So it actually shuts down that whole area. And I didn't like that. So I was like, you know what, after the operation, after the wedding, we're married anyway, I'm just going to go off the pill just so I can like be healthier for myself. And I found that I wasn't so clouded in my mind and that I was a lot happier. Like, I felt like the pill just made me like a bitch, like a mega bitch. And so I'm so happy I'm off it now. But yeah, so that's kind of why I went off it. And like, I did know that we would want to have kids eventually. But Nick kept saying no in like another year or so. Turns out...
No, I thought that we would have a kid. No, I thought we'd fall pregnant this year. I really did.
Really?
Yeah. I thought we'd fall
Not
pregnant.
like, but it happened last year.
No, I thought we'd fall pregnant probably towards the end of
this year.
2019.
But instead...
But then in that moment, you know, and she already won them, I was like, what's the difference? Honestly, what's the difference?
Yeah, so true. So going on with the, I guess, the endometriosis question, CL Wright, she said, did you have endometriosis extremely bad? Did you fall pregnant easily after having the above? So yeah, it was pretty bad, like, because he could see it on an ultrasound, which you can't see endometriosis on. You can only see it if it's severe and near the rectum area, which means it's spread all the way there. So it was, but at the same time, once they remove it, you're pretty okay. And it's probably the best time to try and have a baby. Because everything's all cleared out, like you're super clean. Sounds weird to say.
All sides are clean.
Yeah. So, well, I was really fortunate and we feel really grateful and lucky that it did happen so fast. So yeah, so it did happen straight away, which was really good. I feel like Georgie was meant to be. That's why.
He was.
Yeah.
He's going to be a superstar.
Oh my god. So while I'm on the endo topic, endometriosis, endo for short, Kate Baranello, how did you know you had endo? So I actually didn't. I always had super painful periods from a young age, and all what they did was they put me on the pill from like, oh, sorry, I have really bad reflux, part of pregnancy. What? It's true. So they put me on the pill for the pains, but it was really endometriosis. So if you get extremely painful periods, you should definitely go see a gyno and get a laparoscopy. So what that is, they just go inside through keyhole. It's a day surgery. They have a look, and if there's nothing there, you're good to go. Like the minute you wake up, like there's, you know, there's no downtime. And obviously, if there is something there like cysts or endometriosis, they'll remove them and they'll tell you the situation. So I kind of felt like it was a sign from the universe, because all these people around me had endometriosis and were going for operations, and all their symptoms sounded like mine. And I was like, oh, hang on, maybe I have this. And then I decided to go to a doctor. So had like my friends and friends of friends hadn't spoken about it, I wouldn't have known. And then I probably would have struggled to fall pregnant when trying. So, yeah, it's definitely a topic that women need to talk about more, because I would not have known. Okay, this question from Sienna. Was it awkward making a baby?
No. It's not awkward making a baby. We're married and we've been together for 6 years. We know what's going on.
Yeah, like, that's an awkward question, actually. No, it's not awkward. When
we didn't say like,
make a baby.
Today we're making a baby. It was just the witch over here said, full moon, let's do it.
What kind of birth are you having? C-section, natural, or water?
What are you having? She wants natural.
Yeah. I want a natural birth with no drugs. So I'm going to see how I go. I want to try hypnobirthing. So, yeah, you know this.
No, but I thought that was like, you weren't actually going to do that.
No, I'm going to do it.
Oh.
So, as I guess I learn about it, you can't really do classes till you're 20 weeks. Yeah, I want to do that because apparently when you do hypnobirthing, it gets you into this like meditation state where you like don't feel pain, and it's just like, I don't know, You're like a beautiful lotus that just opens up.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So I'm gonna try go natural. Obviously, if there's complications and I need a C-section or I need the drugs, I will take them. But I'm gonna try my hardest to do it the way our ancestors did it.
What?
Yeah, and I wanna be standing up. I won't be over a ball. I won't be that like nice.
This is gonna be glamorous.
This is gonna be a really weird vlog to film.
This is gonna be glamorous.
And then another thing I was thinking of that I told Nick and actually told the doctor was water immersion birth. So what you do is when you like get to the hospital to help with your contractions, you like sit in the tub with your partner. He has to bring his swimming trunks, and it just helps with the contractions. So we can both have our like ear pods in, and we can be listening to hypnobirthing meditation, and while we're in the water. And then when it's time to push, we'll just hop on out, lean over, and you just help me.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see. Like I've never done this before, so
it's gonna be fun.
I want to try it all. What did Nick do or say, overall expression, when he found out he was going to be a dad? What was that? What did you feel?
Well, it was weird because the way you do things, she can't keep a surprise for shit. She just completely
Not from Nick.
So we've been talking about having a kid for like 6 months, and
I've been talking about it, not you.
Yeah, but you've been talking about it to me.
Oh yeah.
So we've been talking about it.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So we've for 6 months, like I said, even overseas on our honeymoon, she was like, "Let's go to the chemist. I think I'm pregnant." I'm like, "You're not."
There was no way I was pregnant. I was on the pill too.
I was like, "You're not." She's like,
and Nick
"No,
was careful.
I am. I'm like, let's go." And she made me go on like our second day on our honeymoon. Went to the chemist
in London.
Brought it back home, and she was like, "Oh, I'm not pregnant." And I'm like, "No shit." Anyway.
Yeah, like it was like impossible for me. It would have been an immaculate birth then. Because
Anyway. And then we kept talking about it 6 months later, and then this happened, and then she was like talking about it every day. I think I'm pregnant. I'm definitely pregnant after that.
But I wouldn't do a pregnancy test.
And so I went and bought the pregnancy test. Pretty sure.
The first one?
Yeah, because you get embarrassed going into chemists and buying that stuff. So she was like, "Go get it. I'm like, "Okay." I went and bought it, and then she did it.
And then I came out.
And then she came out and just didn't say a word with a smile on her face. I was like, "So? Like, what's going on?"
She's
like, no, just don't even worry. Don't even, like, it's just don't worry. I'm like, what? And then she, obviously, I said, "You're pregnant, I could see it on your face." And then she started smiling, and then I was like, holy shit, like I can't, like, yeah, and anyway.
Yeah, then he like freaked out, but it wasn't, yeah. I'm going to surprise him with the next one. Tani asked, any fears about becoming a mum for the first time or dad?
I'm not scared.
Oh, like, you know what's scary? Like, the scary part is when it's like, so he'll like be born, he'll like be in our hands, and then when we take him home, like, what do you do? I think like it's overwhelming to think about it.
I don't think they do much. They just cry, and then you feed them and burp them.
I know, but I feel like it's an overwhelming thing. Like, you have this person that you're like, you have to look after and you're responsible for forever. And I think that is like overwhelming. But that's probably the only fear. It's like just making sure I'm doing it right. Like, I don't hurt him. Like, I don't know.
Dude,
I just want it to be perfect. Like that. I think that's my fear.
She's a massive perfectionist.
Yeah.
She will not let anything go wrong. So
yeah, I think that's like that's the only fear.
It's going to be fine. I think we're both seriously.
So you don't
like
have
I'm ready. No,
you don't have any fears.
No.
What about burping? I don't want to, like, burping's scary.
What, for the kid?
Yeah, you gotta like hit them hard, like.
Yeah. Are you alright?
I'm practicing.
No, that's it. What do you mean? They're little. You just, you know.
Yeah, you can't like do a light pat because it needs to come out.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, you can do it. I'm gonna do that one. So Nina asked, what did you guys think the baby's gender was before you found out? Love you lots. We love you too.
You know what? It was 50-50. We had
no we
idea.
thought it was a boy at the very beginning because there's like a Greek tradition that you can do where you like get a ring or you get your engagement or wedding ring, put it on a chain and you like put it over your hand, and if it does lines it's a boy and if it does circles it's a girl, and ours always said that we would have a boy then a girl. So we were like, oh, it's going to be a boy. Like, it's, yeah, Big G's on his way, Georgie's coming, and that's what we were saying.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, like, we just kind of, like, I kind of, like, changed my mind. I'm like, no, maybe it's a girl, because I felt like I was getting girl symptoms as well. But turns out the rings were right. That test actually works. I've actually never seen it be wrong. Actually, I've seen it been wrong once, actually.
It was tough though.
But like, it's a boy.
It's so hard to tell.
It's hard to tell because I feel like you get...
It's 50-50.
But a lot of followers thought I was having a boy because I hadn't put on weight yet. And apparently that... But then I know people that have had girls and they haven't put on any weight. I think it's just... I don't know. It's weird.
It's like, hard. You can never tell.
No, you can't tell.
You can't.
Yeah. I think though, go with your first instinct. Like we thought boy at the beginning. I think we should have stayed with that.
Yeah.
So the last question by Carla, because all of them are quite... Oh, actually, we've got two last questions. Carla said, where will you guys be living when you have the baby? Not at my parents' house. We're going to find somewhere in the next few months and get the baby's room ready.
Yeah.
And final question by Baitlin. Did you have breast implants? If not, you are blessed. If so, what's it like while pregnant? So I do have breast implants, but I feel like being pregnant just makes them look supernatural now. Like I actually have to wear a bra and they just like kind of fall. They look real. So that's all for the questions. The other ones are all like really similar, just worded differently. So we got it all out. Thank you for watching. We're going to be doing more videos like this. We're actually going to try and release a video every day. So stay tuned. So make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yes, we'll see you here next time.